The best story about pigeons. Once upon a time, in the bustling city of New York, there was a peculiar park known as Pigeon Paradise. It earned its name because it was not just any park. It was a haven for pigeons. People from all walks of life would visit this park to witness the remarkable sight of hundreds of pigeons coexisting peacefully. At the heart of Pigeon Paradise was a wise old man named Mr. Higgins. He was known as the Pigeon Whisperer. Mr. Higgins had a unique gift. He could communicate with pigeons, understanding their coos and chirps as if they were speaking a common language. He believed that pigeons were misunderstood creatures, and his mission was to show the world the beauty within these often overlooked birds. One sunny morning, as Mr. Higgins strolled through Pigeon Paradise, he noticed a new pigeon that looked a bit different from the rest. It was a beautiful pigeon with radiant feathers that shimmered in various shades of blue and green. This pigeon caught Mr. Higgins' eye, and he felt an instant connection with it. He named the pigeon Aurelia because her plumage reminded him of precious metals. As days passed, Mr. Higgins and Aurelia formed an incredible bond. They spent hours together, and it seemed as if they were in constant communication, sharing stories, dreams, and hopes. One evening, while sitting on a park bench with Aurelia, Mr. Higgins overheard a conversation among some park visitors. They were discussing the idea of capturing all the pigeons and relocating them to a distant park, believing that the pigeons were pests and should be removed from the city. Horrified by the prospect of losing Pigeon Paradise, Mr. Higgins knew he had to do something. He sought the help of a young boy named Timmy, who frequented the park to feed the pigeons. Timmy, too, loved the pigeons dearly, and together, they devised a plan to save the park. They decided to organize a Pigeon Day celebration, inviting people from all over the city to come and learn about pigeons, their history, and their significance in the ecosystem. Mr. Higgins hoped that once people understood the importance of pigeons and their gentle nature, they would have a change of heart. Pigeon Day arrived, and the park was filled with laughter and joy. Mr. Higgins gave an emotional speech about the bonds he had formed with these intelligent creatures and the lessons they had taught him about compassion and empathy. He showcased pigeons' unique abilities, such as their remarkable navigation skills and their contributions to scientific research. As people listened to Mr. Higgins and witnessed the pigeons' beauty firsthand, their perception began to shift. They realized that pigeons were not just pests, but rather, they were vital members of the urban ecosystem. The event concluded with a magical surprise. To demonstrate the beauty of pigeons in flight, Mr. Higgins released a flock of pigeons into the sky. Aurelia, leading the flock, created mesmerizing patterns as they soared above, leaving a trail of colors in their wake. The sight of pigeons dancing in the sky was awe-inspiring, and the park visitors cheered in delight. The event marked a turning point, and the perception of pigeons began to change. People now understood that these birds were not a problem to be solved but rather a treasure to be cherished. From that day on, Pigeon Paradise became a symbol of unity, where people and pigeons coexisted in harmony. It inspired other cities to create similar sanctuaries for pigeons and other wildlife, fostering a deeper appreciation for the wonders of nature. And so, the tale of Pigeon Paradise and the Pigeon Whisperer, Mr. Higgins, lived on as a reminder that the best stories are not always about great adventures but about the little creatures we share our world with and the profound impact they can have on our lives.